Expensive toilets, robots, cars no other NBA players own, a private jet, and so much more. Steph Curry owns a lot of things from $10 all the way up to a $50 million purchase and every price in between.
For us, it's mad good. I'm gonna take this with me.
Not only was he asked what he can't live without and admitted that he gets bags of Sour Patch Kids every single day. From eating popcorn on the court, off the court, filming commercials with it, getting his own popcorn bobblehead. It's honestly hard to find Steph without him having Butterfingers. I mean, dude sneaks it in during family time. Steph literally drives while eating popcorn, and he's bought more popcorn than anybody in NBA history. That's why he tried it at every NBA stadium just to rank them.
The best right now is in Brooklyn, Miami, Dallas, then at the very bottom, LA.
And ironically, Chase Stadium, aka Steph's home, is where his popcorn fetish became so known, he got his face put onto popcorn buckets that fans could buy for $10. But Steph owns something even more expensive that got a celebrity clowned by the whole world.
Adam, what are you wearing?
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Cause Steph had just released his Curry 11s in red, blue, and gold, Adam Sandler not only loves Steph's shoes, cause I mean, dude usually dresses like this. At the Oscars, where every other celebrity was dressed in expensive fits, Sandler had on Steph's kicks.
For such a prestigious night, it's important that everyone is properly dressed, okay? You're dressed well. Adam.
What's up, my brother?
Adam, what are you wearing?
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Nobody even thought about what I was wearing till you brought it up!
And even though Steph posted that the shoes were the right choice, fans clowned how Sandler looks like that when he's worth $400 million, how he came dressed like he's about to hoop during the commercial breaks, and laughed about his fit with the $160 Currys. They're dogs for that. But speaking of those,
Rough!
Steph spent over 20 times as much on new pets. Cause Steph doesn't just have that dog in him and loves having them around him. Not only is that why he even wore custom shoes with some of his dog's fur on them, Steph's dogs have been around the family everywhere they went, until one sadly passed away. And you could tell Steph felt the missing piece in the family.
Yeah, Rez and Blue for a while. Rez memorialized there and on that basketball, but now we just got Blue. He was a beautiful Labradoodle. He lived for almost 12 years.
So eventually they went shopping for one of these. The family got a golden doodle puppy that they named Rookie. Then Steph not only trained Rookie and gave him treats, the dog's always by his side. And, I mean, he better be. Steph bought that dog for $3,800. But something else that Steph wore became more expensive. All cause of Subway?
Sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh.
See, he was in Subway commercials to promote his new sub called The Boss, which, bear with me, I'm kinda hungry. It's a foot long of meatballs and pepperoni smothered in marinara with, oh my god, a double serving of provolone cheese. Anyways, Subway also designed him an exclusive 101 jersey to wear, just to eventually auction it for charity.
Yeah, y'all got me excited. I'm hungry as mother.
Rolling sound.
This is amazing.
And Steph not only absolutely devoured the sub while making a mess before signing it, the jersey eventually went to auction where it sold for $6,300. Which is still cheaper than Steph's purchase that had a famous jeweler glazing it.
Stephen Curry over here, he's rocking a very cool piece. This is also your Cartier Santos in the 40mm. The difference here is that the case went through a DLC process, so it's blackened on the case, and then he got the black leather strap on it. This is an extremely humble and chill piece that Steph Curry's rocking. Casual, everyday, sharpshooter Steph is rocking it right.
And it wasn't just him glazing, man. Watch Instagram pages are always riding Steph's wrist too, cause his Cartier Santos cost $8,000. But Steph got something worth more that not only helps him poop, it actually helps him hoop. Steph tweeted, "So my wife bought me a new toilet for the house, you know, one of those automatic ones, and I'm hyped. Cause Steph got this futuristic toilet with a lid that opens and closes when you come in or out of the room. It's got a bidet feature that pops out, a remote that allows him to change the temperature of the seat in the water. It even has a self-cleaning feature so he never has to touch it.
Possibly the most high-tech toilet you've ever seen.
But none of those are the craziest things about it. Steph realized that his toilet actually helps him play basketball better. He admitted, "That toilet just makes me happy in life. I bet if I did a case study on my performance since I got that toilet, you'd see the difference. I was in Minnesota when Aisha told me about it, and the next day I had 46 points. There's a reason for that." Now, as crazy as that sounds, fans actually calculated his SBT, stats before toilet, where he averaged 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Then they found out his SAT, stats after toilet, improved in almost every single category, and Steph won his first championship that year. Now, I'm just surprised he didn't get a toilet like this. But even though toilets cost Steph $10,000, him spending 5 times as much had someone facing 20 years in prison. It's all because Steph was on The Ellen Show for a special episode where celebrities were giving away money to people in need. And he chose an organization that meant a lot to him, the East Oakland Boxing Association.
Ellen's greatest night of giveaways is going to be so much fun. Going to East Oakland Boxing Association. We're going to meet with Solomon.
Solomon is a man after our own heart in terms of the work that he's doing in the community.
Yeah.
My name is Solomon Howard, and I'm the executive director at the East Oakland Boxing Association. We're an after-school program that's really focused on keeping young folks off the streets and engaged in more holistic wellness activity. And a lot of our students come from households that are kind of broken.
Hey, what's going on in here? Very nice to meet you. This is my wife, Aisha.
Yo, this is... I need a second.
Are you really Steph Curry?
I am. What's up?
Now, the gym owner Howard Solomon seemed thankful, especially after Steph gifted the kids all new equipment and even gave them a pretty big donation. Everything seemed fine for a while, until years later. Breaking news hit that Solomon was being accused of tax evasion and many other charges, including embezzlement. He was seen walking into court where he faced 20 years in prison because he defrauded the boxing organization and pocketed Steph's donation of $50,000, which is pretty crazy because this clip shows Steph happy he gave his money away to what he thought was a good purchase. But there was also another time Steph's spending money went horribly wrong and lost him over $100,000. You know, remember these monkey profile pics? They were hyped up at one time as the next biggest NFTs, so Steph blew a bag. He not only got this ape that has blue fur and zombie eyes while wearing a suit, he also got an ice sculpture of it. Then Steph of course made the ape his profile pic and posted an NFT group chats to let everyone know he joined the club, cause his NFT was worth $180,000. Until that trend eventually became something nobody cared about. Prices of all Bored Apes dropped, and nowadays you can see the best offer Steph's NFT is even getting is only $22,000. That's nearly a $160,000 loss. But sometimes when Steph wins, he gets things even more expensive. After leading his squad past the Celtics to win his 4th title, Steph showed up to the championship parade in one of the most unique chains ever. It was an all-silver piece with his 3 previous finals rings hanging from it. The first ring was from his first championship in 2015 and was the first ring ever with baguette diamonds in it. It also had 16 princess-cut diamonds in it to represent how many playoff wins they had, and since it was the franchise's 4th championship total, it had 4 stones that glow in the dark. The next championship ring came from 2017, which made the ring look a little different. This ring featured the Warriors logo in golden diamonds, it got every player's number around the outside, and even got ultra-rare blue sapphires around the bezel. But when Steph's Warriors won their next championship, oh my god, they just had to finger everybody with these. This ring was flooded in diamonds everywhere you looked, and had 2 engagement ring-sized diamonds on the trophies. It became the first ring ever with an interchangeable face, so players could choose between blue sapphires or white diamonds. This ring was definitely crazy, but too bad the 4th ring hadn't come out yet, cause when it did, it became the first championship ring in history made of mostly yellow diamonds. Not only that, it has a secret compartment revealing how many trophies each player won, and they also trolled the Celtics by engraving their iconic floor pattern into the ring. Now, since that ring, along with the others, cost about $50,000 a piece, that means Steph's ring collection is worth $200,000. But something worth even more is what Steph did, changing Warriors superfans' lives. Now, I'm not talking about what Steph did to this guy.
Steph loves HoopFlix. Subscribe.
Subbing to HoopFlix is literally free. I mean, just try it. Subscribe. Anyways, what Steph did to Lloyd Canamore was more expensive. This is a man whose house tells you just about how much he loves the Warriors. It's painted gold and blue, it's got Warriors flags, Steph MVP banners, and pretty much everything else you could think of. But when Lloyd unfortunately fell into debt and couldn't pay off his bills, he was at risk of losing his house. So when Steph heard about this, he knew he had to help, because he remembered the house from when he helped a Cali rapper shoot a music video there. Right after Steph posted the GoFundMe link asking anyone for support, it must have worked. He eventually made the news for helping the fans save his house after their original goal was smashed by raising $290,000. Damn, you gotta respect Steph for that. But something worth quadruple the price are the expensive accessories Steph used while breaking a legendary NBA record. He came into a game against the Knicks with 2,972 career threes, just 2 away from breaking Ray Allen's all-time three-point record. And even though he instantly hit a 3 to tie it, there was unfinished business. So when he got the ball again, he went up for a shot and drilled it for the record. Steph couldn't hold back his emotions, because they literally put the game on pause just to honor him. And after feeling the love, then leading his team to a dub, Steph not only called himself the best.
I never want to call myself the greatest shooter until I got this record, so I'm comfortable saying that now.
The entire moment became so legendary that everything Steph touched that night became expensive. His blue and gold shoes had a tag with the number of threes he made on them that sold for $200,000. The Wilson ball he used to hit the record-breaking shot sold for $250,000. Then the blue, red, and yellow special edition Warriors jersey he wore sold for even more, $500,000. That made the entire collection of all the items combined worth just under $1 million. But that's nothing compared to what Steph spent even more on, just to copy Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo was one of the first athletes to be seen with a McLaren Senna, until Steph saw that, then had to get one for himself. And that's just how it sounds sitting still. His black and red supercar sounded crazier when it was showcased on car racing shows, because it can easily go over 200 miles an hour.
I'm gonna be sick now.
But Steph can definitely handle his car that costs $1.3 million. And what's crazy is, that's still cheaper than the car that Steph got, just to match his shoes. Under Armour was releasing their new Echo shoes, which came in plenty of different colors. But the craziest pair are these in the bumblebee-looking colorway that Steph wore and had a special Mansory logo on the side, because both brands teamed up for a collab that was one of a kind. Under Armour didn't just create Steph this 4GT supercar to perfectly match the shoes. It was covered roof to tire in Under Armour and Mansory logos.
That made you want to find a track immediately.
So, of course he loved it the second he got in it. Who wouldn't? The car cost $2.1 million. But something Steph owns worth double broke a sports card record. Cause after LeBron's rookie card became the most expensive basketball card ever sold at $5.2 million, with a price that high and only 23 of them ever made, it seemed like that record would never be broken. Until Steph's card came out, which not only featured a pic of his baby face from his rookie season, an NBA logo patch from that exact jersey, then got his signature. The back of the card has some stats from his season and says 101, just to prove it's the only one in the world. So Steph's card eventually became the most expensive NBA card ever when it sold for $5.9 million. But Steph spent even more on something 500 feet in the sky. All the way up there is his condo in the clouds. On the 30th floor is his huge living room with some of the craziest views of San Francisco. His condo also has a walk-in closet where his stylist is always getting him fitted, his own wine cellar, and even a private movie theater with even more views of the city. Now, the best part isn't that he can change the temperature at individual rooms. It's the amenities like a game room that has over 8 TVs with a pool table, and a car elevator that brings his car right into the garage. So I could see why Steph was all over the news for buying this place for $8 million. But something even more expensive he got can zoom almost 700 miles an hour. Fans are always filming this custom Under Armour private jet, because Steph becoming the face of their brand meant he could use this thing whenever. So he's been seen getting off the jet after a trip to the Philippines and playing games with his boys inside where there's plenty of comfy seats with TVs. Wait a minute, is Steph watching HoopFlix? Hell yeah he is, especially on flights. Oh my god, you gotta be like him. Subscribe, because if you don't, I'll never be able to get myself a HoopFlix private jet, man. How can I live with myself if I don't get that? Don't you want to see me win? I need that. Please, subscribe. Anyways, Steph riding in a jet that cost $15 million still isn't worth as much as what has him living on top of a mountain. Steph's mansion doesn't just have perfect views of the ocean, it has floor-to-ceiling windows so Steph can live inside or outside, a full sports bar in his basement, a spa center with an indoor jacuzzi, and best of all, dude even got a golf simulator installed.
Once I had a space in my house that I could fit one in, it was a no-brainer to try to get one.
Now, even though Steph's mansion also has a massive pool with its own private beach, what makes this place hella expensive is that it's on one of the biggest mountains in Malibu, which makes the house cost $26 million. But the most expensive thing Steph owns made him the owner of his own team. He invested in the Bay Golf Club, a team that's in the new futuristic league started by golf goat Tiger Woods.
This is TGL presented by SoFi. 24 of the best players in the world, no, the universe, pitted against each other 3 versus 3.
TGL is played indoors where players hit into a giant screen that tracks the ball and allows them to play at any course in the world. Not only that, there's a special putting green that completely changes depending on the hole. This stuff actually looks raw compared to watching regular golf, which is why the debut of it literally had more viewers than any other golf matches. And the team Steph owns is always wearing Warriors jerseys or doing his night-night celebration, because his investment in the team was worth $50 million. But something Steph can't spend money to do is to make you click this video, man. It's free, it's that crazy, so I don't even know why you're still here when I'm going over there. Click it.